Hello, hello, and welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, for all of you who do not know, my name is Kimmi and I am on a healthy weight loss journey and I'm doing really well. So, I'm here with my weekly update. I've chosen Weight Watchers as my preferred method to lose my weight, but whatever you're doing, you're more than welcome to my channel because, again, as I always say, we all in the same struggle, the same fight, and we gonna do this, okay? So here's my updates from last week, okay? So I gained point seven, and I'm gonna take that as a win. My total weight loss is still at 16.8. I am 3.2 away from my goal of at least 20. I really want to hit that 20-pound mark. So I'm 3.2 away. Again, a little, I won't even say setback after I tell you what all I did this week, okay? Because I'm all about, I'm going to tell y'all what happened, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But honestly, okay, so I was traveling. Let's just get right into it. So I was traveling over the weekend. I went to a little convention, actually a big convention, but I went to a convention. Anyway, and first of all, I'm traveling, so you guys know how I do when I'm away from the house. The last couple months, I've been working outside the home, which has been really challenging for me, which I normally do. A lot of my work, 50-50, mostly is at home, but I do, like I said, work outside occasionally. So this traveling over the weekend, of course, was going to be a challenge for me. I did try to prepare. I was able to take my own lunch to my convention I went to. Breakfast we ate at the hotel. So instead of me having my smoothies, I normally would have, I had a sausage patty, which they ain't 100% sausage, beef or pork or whatever. Is probably more fillers than anything, but I still counted it like 7 points for the sausage. I didn't, and my bread. So by breakfast alone, I had 10 points, and I usually don't have that. I usually have my smoothie, and I usually count maybe 3 to 4 points for my smoothie, if I count anything, if depending on what I make it with. Because I've been using powdered peanut butter. I'm going to do a video on that very soon. But I replaced my regular peanut butter with powder. So now that I'm doing that, it should be like 1 point for the peanut butter. And then the fruit, again, that whole smoothie debate with Weight Watchers, they say you need to count it, whatever. We'll talk about that later. So anyway, so my breakfast was already kind of shot every day. So I was gone for 3 days. So every day I'm eating a sausage, egg, and toast sandwich. And I had a cup of coffee every day too. With my creamer. So we already at, like I said, almost 10 points just for breakfast. Then at this convention I went to, guys, of course, I ended up volunteering a little bit. So I ended up eating Krispy Kreme. Everybody bring in Krispy Kreme. Nobody brings in fruit. I brought in bananas one day because I had taken them to the hotel with me. They were going bad. Another day, somebody did bring in some peaches. I brought one of those home with me. It was actually good. I'm going to add peaches to my diet. I do like peaches. I did that video recently on the little apricots. They kind of in the family. They're cousins. That's what I say. But anyway, I digress. So I ate one Krispy Kreme one day. I did good. Second day I had one. Day 3, I just showed out. I had two. I ate two. I did not at the same time. I had one that morning and then I had one after lunch. So I really should have picked either. It was gonna be either or. But again, I'm at 0.7 weight gain for this week. So everything I'm about to tell you, let's think about it. I did really well. So then the other big thing that we did was I went to Carrabba's and I ate the whole bread basket. It was so good. It was so good. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been to Carrabba's in years. If you don't know what Carrabba's is like, it's like a Olive Garden. I don't know which one you guys like better, but I really enjoyed my Carrabba's. I had the chicken George or something like that. So it was chicken, grilled chicken breast. But the pasta, I ended up getting angel hair pasta with fettuccine sauce on it. Oh, it was so good. I ain't gonna lie. I ate the second half of it the next day. So I enjoyed myself. So I did have Carrabba's. And the power went out while we were sitting at Carrabba's. It was so funny because we sat there throughout the power outage. We had our food. Some people came in after because it was a terrible storm where I was. And we sat there and we had a good time. So, I'm trying to get into the experience, right? My old MO would have been like, the power went out. Oh my God, I got to get out of here. Oh, what is this? Nope. Me and my friends, we put the flashlight on the telephone. We sat there And again, I told you guys I've experienced a lot of death in my family, quite a bit. Mother, father, sister, father-in-law. It's been a lot. So sometimes now I'm learning not to sweat the small stuff, guys. Don't sweat the small stuff. Instead of bugging like I probably normally would have, I'll be like, oh no, I don't want to eat in the dark. I ain't gonna lie. And I was kind of wondering with something running under my feet because, the whole restaurant was pitch black. The whole rest of the time we were there, we had already sat down, we had received our food, and we started eating, and the power went out. It wasn't just at our restaurant, it was the whole area. I was in Macon. Oh, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, the power. Some one guy got there, he came for dinner. Unfortunately, he could only get a drink because they couldn't cook anything else. So our food, we already had it. But again, I'm getting into enjoying the moment. And I really want you guys to do that too. That's why sometimes when I talk about, okay, I gained point this, or I did, something with my weight, it went up or whatever. If I've had a good time enjoying myself, and I enjoyed that meal with those friends, I had not seen them in a while. So much so that finally the men, my husband, it was my husband and this other couple. And finally the men were like, look, we out of here. It was getting hot in there because there wasn't no air. They were like, we are out. They went outside. So me and my friend, though, we stayed in there and we continued to talk. And my husband had to pull me out of there almost. He was like, look, Kim, we have got to go, because we had an hour and a half back to where I live at, from Macon. And he was like, we have got to go. But I was really enjoying the conversation. I was enjoying the moment. I had actually stopped eating, and she and I were just sitting there talking. And again, I really want you guys to think about that too. The more you experience life, you realize, you know what, that's not important. I was talking about last week a conflict that I had with somebody, and I'm just trying to, well, actually, I don't know if I had the conflict or they had the conflict, but it was a conflict. I'm really just trying to work through that also, because life is short, and something somebody said a few weeks ago, and it's nothing new, but it just kind of stung me the way it said, hurt people, right? And a lot of times people do things, I'm getting off a topic, but this is what we talk about. A lot of times people do things to us and we're like, dog, why did they do that? I was trying to be nice, or, you really trying to push the relationship and they're not even interested in trying with you, but you keep on trying, you keep on trying. And it was funny because me and my husband were talking about that statement, hurt people, hurt people. And I told him, I said, well, if anybody should be hurt, I'm the one should be hurt. I've lost my mother, my father, my sister, and my father-in-law, all within 4 years, not even. Okay? 3.5 years, I've lost 4 major players in my life. Okay? And my husband's life. So if anybody should be hurt, I should be hurt. But I'm not hurting people. You would never even know what I'm going through if I didn't tell you. You would never know. So I'm not being fake. This is my natural me. But I am hurt on the inside a lot of times. But you would never know that because I'm not getting ready to try to be mean to you. So my husband made the comment. He said, but it's a different kind of hurt. Oh, okay. I get that. That person's hurt is just ingrained in them. That's how they are. That's how they were brought up. That's who they people are. That's who they are. My hurt is a new hurt, So I'm working through it, but I'm still not getting ready to just be mean with you. So I don't know where all that came from, but it must have been on my heart. So that's where it was. But let's get back to what happened with me in this diet. So my point was enjoy. That's where I was going with that. I remember. My point is try to enjoy the moment. Even if it meant, you know what, yeah, you had an extra margarita or you had an extra pomegranate, whatever. Because my friend that I was with that night, she had a pomegranate drink. My husband had some kind of super duped up Long Island, whatever it was. And they were really asking me several times, hey, do you want something to drink? I was like, no, I'm good. And really, me saying no should have been good enough. But my husband was like, eventually, because they asked me like several times, they all did. You sure you don't want something? So they kept asking me, guys. I almost gave in, but I really didn't want anything. I kind of did after I saw her drink, but then I kind of was like, I didn't need it. I didn't want it. If I really wanted it, I would have had it. So then he chimes in and he says, well, she's doing Weight Watchers. And technically, did he really have to say that? And I'm not upset that he said it because I share with everybody. I'm not embarrassed or whatever by that. But my point was, once I said no, and this happens to us in everyday life, people will consistently ask you or constantly ask you, you sure? And I do that. I've invited people to my home and I offer them something. Oh, no, thank you. And I'm like, you sure? And I just keep asking and asking because you just want to be kind. That's our way of, I always say this in a lot of videos, of showing love to each other, sharing food and experiences. But like I said, once I said no, that kind of should have been it. But I did stand my ground and I was like, oh no, guys, I'm good. I didn't even taste my husband's. I didn't even taste it because sometimes I'll say no and I'll taste his. That night I really just didn't want nothing. It wasn't like I said, if I really wanted it, I'm more a frozen drink. Now if it had been a frozen strawberry daiquiri, frozen margarita, whatever like that, I probably would have been like, give it to me. But I was cool. So I wanted to show y'all my eyes too. So if you can see here, I had the worst allergies over the weekend. I'm still a little sniffle, but I look like a raccoon about the eyes. If you look, and I'm just like, that has really triggered me too. Don't know that had anything to do with my diet. Well, I do know because I'm allergic to limes and stuff like that. So at Carrabba's, I had the Italian salad. Oh my goodness, it was so good. I didn't even think about the dressing until later. And that night, and they probably put lemon to get that chicken so tender, And the chicken, they use that as a marinade or whatever. So, but it actually came with lemon butter. But I didn't get the lemon butter because I knew that would be too much. But they probably still marinated in lemon. And then it was some kind of citrus in that salad dressing, the Italian one. But it was so good. But needless to say, I've just been scratching my eyes like crazy. And then the other piece of that is I also had sun-dried tomatoes and a couple things. I like sun-dried tomatoes, but I'm thinking I have an allergy to that, honestly. So I got to work through this allergy thing because I have not had this many allergies with my eyes in a moment. I've been just digging them out. My mother, if she was here, she'd be having a fit. She'd get your hands out your eyes, girl. You're gonna be blind. So anyway, that's a whole nother story. But let me get back to my week again too. So I walked a whole lot, guys. I mean, I walked and walked and walked every day at the convention I was at. I walked in the morning. I got there early. I walked 20 to 30 minutes outside by myself every morning. I walked during the lunch break that we had every day. And I had over 10,000 steps all 3 days of this convention that I went to. All 3 days I had over 10,000 steps. I felt amazing. I felt amazing. So I know that helped me with some of this food that I ate because I told y'all I had all these Krispy Kremes. I had a basket of Carrabba's bread plus pasta. So I was doing it. I did the thing, right? But I enjoyed myself. The whole weekend was just so emotionally rewarding and uplifting, right? But those 10,000 steps helped me so I didn't gain more than that 0.7. It did. So let's talk about a couple more things and then I'm going to let y'all go. So I know that helped me. So I wasn't able to drink my water again because, again, I'm at this convention. I don't want to keep getting up, whatever. So my water intake was very low, very low. So I know I had a lot of salt in my body. I retained water like crazy. So wasn't drinking my water. Still working on that. That's a goal I have for this week coming up. I did my elliptical the last 2 days. I have not gotten my 10,000 steps. And my smartwatch let me know. My smartwatch was like, your steps look under. So I'm looking at it. It was under. I knew it was under because I ain't been doing nothing. Since I got back home, I've been just kind of chilling. But I am getting ready to start getting those steps back up. So what I did yesterday, though, I did my elliptical 2 days in a row, 10 minutes. That's it. Didn't really work up a sweat, but it does help a little bit with my toning on my arms. That's why I like the elliptical. It does help with the toning. But I don't really work up a sweat on my elliptical. But I decided to do my treadmill yesterday. I did 20 minutes and I actually worked up a sweat on my treadmill and doing 2.3 on the ramps. I told you guys I had increased that the last few weeks. So I think I'm going to even try 2.4 if I don't get to actually walk today because it's so hot here in Georgia. It is so hot. So I doubt if I actually get to walk outside. But I do have a treadmill. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to try to do another 20, maybe increase it to 2.4 or either do 30 minutes today. So for me, I like to listen to something. So I have a lot of podcasts and YouTube channels that I listen to. Right now I'm trying to learn how to be a better business person. So I'm learning about taxes and That's my new hobby. So I take on these hobbies like every couple of weeks. So I'll call it a hobby. It's not really a hobby, but I take on these topics every couple of weeks. So the last month or so, I've been learning all about taxes because I had some huge tax issues. And yeah, that's not happening for this year. It cannot happen again. So the last 2 years, my taxes have been kind of willy nilly. I just haven't even taken time to learn them, quite frankly. And you could pay an expert, but nobody know your stuff better than you, and you better know your stuff. You better know. You do not rely to pay two different tax people this year, and I'm not excited about that. So I took that on. So I say all that to say this. Sometimes too, we are like, what am I? You need knowledge. Knowledge is power. So for you, if you need something to do, a lot of people may not have a hobby. Maybe look into learning stuff about your health, some mental health, mind health, physical health. I'm learning about taxes right now. I'm getting ready to add another part to my business in the next few weeks. I'm going to be researching that in the next couple weeks. I'm going to take that on as something to fill up some of this time I got too. I got a lot of time. The time that I used to spend with my parents and my sister or whoever, I got a lot of free time now. I got a lot of free time. So I'm okay though, guys. Overall, just day by day. I had a rough day. Really quick. I know I'm gonna let y'all go, but I had a rough day. The other day, my husband left the house. It was real quiet. Whenever it's real quiet, then I have a lot of time to think about all my losses and my mom and them. It's not always bad. I try to reflect on the good times that we had too, because I enjoyed my parents. I really did. I enjoyed my crazy sister. You know, I enjoyed her and my father-in-law. I enjoy everybody. So I try not to just always dwell on while they're not here. I try to think about the good and a lot of things that I do even now. It's so funny. It's like you do become your parents. So, you know, that's just that. But anyway, guys, I thank you for being on my journey with me. Go ahead if you have not already, click subscribe and share and all that good stuff. Again, my total weight loss this week, not weight loss. I wish it was a loss. My weight gain this week was 0.7, but my total that I've lost is still 16.8. So again, this is letting me know that I am learning how to make better choices and I'm living life. Life is life, and I feel good. So until next time, this is Healthy Life with Kimmi. I wish you much success on your journey. Bye.